State Council of Chiefs in a private state. If I'm another original fathers of will stand in state to complete the contemporary progress and in the process the foundational tenets and vision of education as its ambassadors. Let me bless this vision to the Chancellor of the University. It's very honoring and the moment the governing body of the university and the annual university Professor Mr. Comfort and MFA are working assiduously to ensure that this existing grounds as one of the best federal universities in our nation today. I was inaugurated and I read it in the program that this university and other university in this country. It shows its absolutely that sensitivity of academic excellence. You should also be proud of your achievements and dedicated service to this great university. The woman is the vice chancellor. And over here, the president excellency of the government. Who will be leaving at the end of next month. Let me on behalf of the people of our Bible state thank God for our saving authority. The world is being shaped by ideas and ideas and art. Creative world, especially when the mind is like technology. The world today is driven by information technology. I the best you will see that everything that you do, from farming to any level, ICT and so much. Appreciate the work today. Through ICT, we basically students today is from the Department of Music. We need to research that is highly independent on science and technology. Institutions of learning must put emphasis on ICT development backgrounds and the right sciences needed for them to be favorably in today's globally competitive workforce. The world is changing and our university system must change in line with realities. We should graduate students who look at the world as opportunities and make up ideas. The Bill Gates, the Jeff Bezos, Jerry Yang, of Yahoo, we should begin a new and for all those that we intelligent answers to any that she wants to write. Today, you have been fine, certified, and found worthy of character, and learn your committed sense. So I want to remind you today that I listen carefully. They say, you are found worthy character and learning. The character signifies your attitude. Because your attitude never shape your attitude is life. So we just hope that character of God, you stand firm with that excellent character that will be matching with excellent attitude that will tell you to greater heights in life. I implore you therefore to be great ambassadors of your alma mater and let the light of the knowledge you acquire in this institution as you navigate your way around the career paths and service to humanity. I want to call on all the graduates today that you take rise to the fight of greatness in our community. What do you say? And in terms of academic excellence, I confess and I have a special project. I hereby promise the most present of these, especially the Chinese understanding, is the information. So I promise that instead of the provide by one express Congratulations. Thank you for your attention. And I say, all mites, rise for the flag of government. Rise for the justice. Nigeria. we are only fantastic. And what they get out of
that level of collaboration is there. But we are worried about the
friction between university and because of it. Not long ago,
that's Federal University of Technology Owerri. They had a problem with the host communities to the extent that the host communities invaded the campus and destroyed their new structures. Universities are put in place for the communities. We should assist each other and understand what the issues are. So we challenge universities to be at peace with their host communities. And I know
we should find facts because the problems are most communities. When I was
the opposite were in dark places. So we extended electricity to them. We gave them boreholes. We taught them during the planting season how to prepare ground in the University of Agriculture. We provided touch. And the first fruit of our labor, we sent to the kings to let them know that they were products for the land, as in those days. So in communities, you own this university, it belongs to you. So you have no need to be at loggerheads with your universities because students come from all over this country. As for the issue of employability, I can guarantee you that these students who are graduated today are better prepared for the world of work than students in the past because of entrepreneurship. In 2007, government insisted that we must teach entrepreneurship in universities. We have entrepreneurship centers now. And in fact, that subject is manifestly teachable now as a first degree project. So we wish those who have just graduated, take a risk through the SMEs and what is it, you look for loans. We have taught you how to approach banks and take loans so you can be on your own, be a player of labor. That's the challenge you have. I must say this, through TED Fund, the needs assessment implementation program for public institutions, a lot of funds are coming to the universities. We challenge the management of institutions, guided by their councils, to apply those funds very, very efficiently. The issue of integrity also comes on board. Not too long ago, you acquired what I call the government says you have autonomy. Autonomy must come with responsibility. Yes, you have academic autonomy, you have administrative autonomy, but financial autonomy you have not acquired. So if government has given that autonomy, for now, councils can just announce the appointment of vice chancellors without reference to Mr. Visitor. So we ask you to restrict to apply the funds we send to you effectively. And I must say that we at the University of National University Commission have looked into the system on how to improve the teaching and learning environment. So we are hoping to deploy through the NGREN e-platforms, internet connectivity, that will enable you to share facilities and resource sharing. What that means is that a lecturer can sit here and is the only professor of neurosurgery. He can teach all the students in medicine across the country when they are all hooked up at the same time. So it means that you don't need a multiplication of number of neurosurgeons. And I must say that our universities are making breakthrough. Only a few days ago, it was announced that the University Teaching Hospital in Ibadan and the Loyola College in the US and another university, they have made a breakthrough and they can now talk about the cure for sickle cell anemia, which has been a scourge with us for that long. They now have talked about marrow bone transplant directly instead of stem cell. Hitherto, it was difficult to treat adults because only the children were able to withstand chemotherapy. So we are making breakthrough. But the greatest challenge is the recent indication that the Sustainable Development Goals will start January 2016. Millennium Development Goals, we didn't perform too well, so there's a carryover. But I must say, there are 17 points on that agenda. And number 1 is poverty. Number 4 is education. So we're challenging the university system. We must take the driver's seat on this occasion and drive the system itself. So we'll soon be convening a summit on all stakeholders in education to discuss the issue of education for sustainable development. And I note that even in that setting, there are over 126 action points. They talk about forests, they talk about oceans and what have you. And I challenge the institutions to build resources, take on new programs. Biodiversity Convention was signed at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro 1992. We are now told that for as long as forests last, so will food last. A very, very good saying of late Indira Gandhi, Kashmirian saying, food will last for as long as forests do. We used to have a lot of crops in the system. We now call them lost crops. Today you have monoculture, farmland of cassava, farmland of rice, maize. We are forgetting that we are losing some of the traditional food set. So we are challenging institutions to establish Department of Seed Technology, where you can store seeds. It may happen someday that our children will not even know the species we are in there. So what is University of Uniuyo going to do to key into the program of Sustainable Development Program? This new government talks about what I call it now, the change factor. And I ask, yes, what are we making? What effort are we making? We know the issue of corruption. There's what we call corruption in academics. From admission of students through the grading of marks and graduation, we have a challenge to the institute and produce men and
and when you speak, Mr. President, you're ready, I will send you one thing.
action. Thank you very much and God bless you.
As the representative of the President of the Federal Republic, who also serves as the visitor of our institution, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa State and your dear wife, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a reality that we are gliding against time, but courtesy demands that we pay some glowing recognition to a few people. But I'd like to put it on notice that we will not have enough time to recognize everyone. But I crave your indulgence that if we fail to mention your name, we encourage you to blame it on time. Otherwise, it would have been a case of inadvertent action. It is on this note I'd like to say that the one representing His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic and the visitor, is here himself, the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Julius Okoje, an officer of the Order of the Niger. Thank you. A very admirable gentleman has been here, and there's been a promise of a dual carriage entry post to this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, His Excellency Mr. Udom Gabriel Emmanuel, who is also here with the wife. Thank you very much, sir. Let me please note that we also have here present the chairman of the convocation, His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Abubakar Adamu Maje, Commander of the Order of the Niger, the Emir of Hadejia, Chairman Jigawa State Council of Chiefs, and the Chancellor of our university. So you're recognized. And permit me to please acknowledge the presence of the representative of the Acting Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Education. The Acting Permanent Secretary is Mrs. Hindatu A. Abdullahi, or she's here represented by the Director of Quality Assurance Unit of Education, Hajia Fatima Y. Ahmed. Madam, you are recognized. Thank you. Permit me please to keep gliding to note that we also have in our midst the Executive Secretary of the National Commission on Colleges of Education in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, is Professor Monday T. Joshua. So you are recognized. As brief as I would have to be, let me note that His Excellency the Executive Governor of Jigawa State is here represented by the Secretary to the government of that state, himself Alhaji Adamu Abdul Kader. Let me also note the presence of the former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives and currently a Senator representing section of Gombe State, Senator Nafada. Sir, you are recognized. Thank you very much. I want to please glide to say everyone from the Jigawa State who has come to grace this occasion, you are very well recognized. And I've instructed to please pay regards to Atue Kongdon Etiebet, a former member of the Federal Executive Council, the interim national government. Having said that, let me crave the indulgence of all those here present to please bear with me as the music department will give us 10 seconds of soft music and then we glide to a halt. Thank you very much. Yes, sincerely the music did not come, but I thank God for the stand-up comedians who acted in good faith. And on that note, I'd like to say that everyone who came, we must pay regards to those in the State Executive Council at Akwa Ibom, the permanent secretaries and all the ranks that have cared to grace this occasion. Thank you. As I cue the registrar, then we get through the winding down process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. The honorable visitor here represented by the Executive Secretary, NUC, Professor Julius Okoje, OON, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State and his dear wife, my lords.
Please step forward for the closing prayer. Closing prayer, please. Let me therefore invite very specially Professor Wakil to please step forward for the closing prayers.
Which one?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina as-siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar. May the Almighty Allah give all of us the best in this world and give us the very best hereafter. Amen.
Thank you very much, sir. Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I request that we be open standing for the University of Uniuyo anthem, after which we will take the national anthem, then recession will be effected and reverse order, I beg your pardon. The school anthem, please.